Hello everyone, welcome to the last part of lecture 6 and 7. So before coming to this part of the lecture, you should have watched the TED Talk by the Bhutanese Shering Tobbe on the country of Bhutan being committed to become a carbon neutral country, and he also mentioned a little bit about gross national happiness. So what is gross national happiness? Gross national happiness is an idea that is being advanced by the Bhutanese government. They think that gross domestic product or GDP or the gross national income is not really important for the country. What they think is more important is gross national happiness. And this is the indicators of gross national happiness being used by Bhutan. So you can see that there are 9 main indicators here. Psychological well-being, number 1 here. Psychological well-being include life satisfaction, positive emotions, negative emotions, and spirituality. And then health, mental health, self-reported health status, healthy days, and disability. Time used, the number of hours you use to work, the number of hours you use to sleep. And then education, the literacy level, your schooling, your knowledge, and your virtue. And then cultural diversity and resilience. Do you speak native language, cultural participations, and do you have any artistic skill? And we have Driglam Namza, which is a set of expected cultural behavior among the Bhutanese. And then we have good governance, governance performance, fundamental rights, services, political participation, community vitality, donations. Do you donate to people, including donating your time and money for charity purposes? What is your community relationship? How about your family? How do you feel about your safety? And then we have ecological diversity and resilience. Are there any ecological issues that we are facing? Do you feel responsible towards the environment? What is the wildlife damage that has occurred to your place? So they actually also take into account human-wildlife conflict, and then what are urbanization issues? And then last but not least, the living standards. What are the assets you have? What is the kind of housing they're living in? And what is the per capita income? So, what do you think about gross national happiness? Do you think this is a much more holistic way of understanding well-being? So, the Bhutanese gross national happiness has actually influenced the United Nations, and the United Nations has started to launch the World Happiness Report since 2012. So ranking countries according to the happiness. The indicators are a little bit different from the Bhutanese GNH, which is, I would think, much more comprehensive. But the World Happiness Report focuses on 8 indicators, and including life satisfaction, income, generosity, trust, which means whether you think that governments are corrupted, and then family, life expectancy, freedom, etc. And then they found out that family, health, and income are especially important indicators of people's life satisfaction. And there's also the International Day of Happiness being established by the United Nations. Have you heard of it? Do you know when it is? So it is on March 20. So March 20 is the International Day of Happiness. So you can see that happiness started to come into the discussion on well-being in at least since 2012. But it has not become as important as the economic growth understanding of development. I will end today's lecture with 3 questions. Do you think the gross national happiness is a better goal than sustainable development for us to try to achieve? And do you think World Happiness Report is a better representation of human well-being than multidimensional poverty index, which we have discussed in the last lecture during lecture 4 and 5? And why? So take some moments to think about this, write down your comments, and hopefully this can contribute to your reflections or to our synchronous discussion section on Tuesday. Thank you very much for listening today. Have a good day.